are motherfucking live. Oh, excuse my language. Excuse my language. It's Halloween. I'm crazy. We are mother effing live. We are mother effing live, people. All right. Let's get my best friend Luigi on the line. Luigi, I know that's you, brother.
You know it, brother. Welcome back, Eli. I'm freaking happy.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for the. Sorry for the hiatus. You know. You know what
Not
happens.
news, Eli. Not a news, buddy.
A lot of news. Sounds interesting. It's my good buddy from Detroit, calling all the way from Detroit, Luigi, 9/11 truther, exposing the Zionist always, every day, putting the pressure on these evil sons of bitches. We will not stop until you all are arrested and executed by a jury of our peers. All right, I'm a little crazy right now. All right, let's kill the music here and let's get started with some news. First article on the agenda here, I got Luigi. Islamic State claims to have shot down Russian airline over the Egypt or something. And also, U.S. invasion of Syria begins. What a coincidence. The U.S. invades Syria, even though Obama promised he wasn't going to put ground troops, but now he's putting ground troops. And a Russian plane gets shot down. Boy, oh boy. What does that sound like to you?
Eli, if they were stupid enough to shoot that plane down, bro, there's hell to pay from Russia. And there was supposedly some high-level people on that plane, too.
Yes, and that's exactly what I always say when a plane goes down, brother. I don't ask, hey, how did the plane go down? I always ask, who was on the plane? Because the last big plane that went down, it turned out the top AIDS researchers in the world were on that damn Malaysian plane, and it got shot down. So yes, Obama promised he would not put ground troops in Syria, but they have 50 U.S. Special Forces on the ground in Syria right now. Obama's a liar, a disgusting liar. And a Le Figaro poll says over 70% want Syria's Assad to remain in power. So most people want Assad to remain in power. They want Obama to stop aiding Al Qaeda and the Zionist Israeli sect. And yeah, we hope Putin bombs them to hell. And if it is proven that ISIS shot down that Russian plane, Putin is gonna bomb them to oblivion. It's over. World War III is here. Oh boy. All right. Give me some of your big news, Luigi.
Did you hear about how Bibi Netanyahu come out and talk about how Hitler's no longer responsible? It's the Palestinians that were responsible for the Holocaust.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the week before, he was going, there was no such thing as Palestine before World War II or whatever. There was never a Palestine, he was saying. And then the week after, he says, I gotta tell you that we've been hiding this secret for a while. It's the Palestinians guy who went over there and talked to Hitler, told him to do it all. What a joke. He lost all credibility. Holocaust denier himself, Bibi Netanyahu, and your mayor, William Wilhelm, spent the whole week over there kissing butt in Israel.
They all tend to go out there and kiss the Israelis' asses. I do not kiss Israeli ass. I kiss no evil ass. If you're good and you're for freedom and the free market and liberty and the Constitution of the United States, then that's who I'm with. I'm with you. Now check out my YouTube channel at The Eli King Show. Also email me at The Eli King Show. Also, you can follow me on Periscope right now at The Eli King Show. I got that up. And if you want to give me a call, the number is 212-245-7273. Yes. Any other news on that Zionist front there?
Oh, well, we can see how Israel the last 3 weeks has been war criming themselves into a hole by killing women, children, stealing homes, destroying land, killing people's farms. I believe they enjoy this. They're that type of race that just has to live by the sword, as Netanyahu said this week.
Well, Yes, absolutely. Netanyahu, all of those scumbags are evil scum. George Soros. I have an article here about George Soros. The Hungary PM accuses Soros of stoking refugee wave to weaken Europe. Now, I don't know if you saw the replays I had in the past few weeks where I had the Jew what do they call it? Rabbi Abel Finkelstein, who admitted during the Passover they kidnap 100 to 300,000 children a year and drink their blood during the Passover, and then they take the meat and they feed it back to us. They feed it, they give it back to McDonald's and Burger King and all the fast food outlets, and they feed our children back to us. This is how they demonize our souls. It's sort of like that clip from The Golden Child when they give the kid the bowl of porridge with the blood in it. Did you enjoy that? Yeah, I played it a few times because I wanted to put emphasis on how evil these Zionist scum are. They admit that they worship Lucifer. They admit that they drink blood during the Passover. They admit that they kill our children. They kidnap our children. They're flooding our countries with immigrants. They're trying to destroy our races from within. They are the evilest of evil scum. The Talmud is just evil itself once you read it. Now, no offense to the good Jews, okay, because there are good Jews. Don't call me an anti-Semite because I know you like to use that word. I'm not an anti-Semite. I'm Jewish. You can call me a Jew. My name is Eli. Hello. But I do not like the evil Zionist Jew.
Yeah, they're just committing crime after crime after crime, Eli. That state of Israel is, I mean, I would, if they were great, I would praise them to the end of the day. But what they're doing is an embarrassment to America, being allied with them. We're embarrassing our people. We're embarrassing ourselves. And it's just an embarrassment to be an ally with them. Look at the crime. They kill women, the soldiers. They're. And then when you get have you ever heard of the ship, the Marimar, the Freedom Flotilla?
Yes, the one they ambushed and raided.
Yeah, and you know that Ken O'Keefe took two of them out, and they were crying like babies. Two of the Israeli top-notch commandos was taken out by an unarmed man where they were raiding the boat, and they cried like babies. They got film of it.
Took him out with his bare hands.
And they let him go.
Really?
Yep.
Well, good for him.
Oh, and then they killed. There's a thing in court right now, Israel against some parents of the guy that got killed on the boat. They dragged his body in the Mediterranean sun and just let it bake. Bastards.
Yeah, there's a lot of evil things going on out
there.
Oh,
they are the worst nation in this planet, Eli. They are the scum. I mean, they got to stop what they're doing, like right now, quick, or else it's going to have a big indentation on their world soon.
And as we know, as you and I know, they are responsible for 9/11. They are the culprits. They are the assistant culprits, or the co-conspirators, whatever you want to call them. And here I have an article from the Wayne Matson report. Basically, this guy, what the hell is his name here? Philip Marshall. Basically, he worked with the CIA back in the days of Barry Seal when he was smuggling all the cocaine into the country, where Gary Webb, the reporter, exposed it and won a Pulitzer Prize Award. And then they said he killed himself, the reporter Gary Webb, by shooting himself twice in the back of the head for exposing that people like Philip Marshall and Barry Seal were shipping in drugs to our black and Hispanic neighborhoods, which is also part of the Zionist agenda, as Rabbi Abel Finkelstein admitted. We sell drugs to your kids, and you buy it all up. And yeah, there's a Air Force hangar out in California. And basically, they're trying to say, my whole point is, this guy, Philip Marshall, another guy who supposedly committed suicide by killing himself and his family and his dog after alcohol and pill binge he had. Yeah, sure. He was about to expose 9/11 and the real culprits, so the Mossad got him, is what I say.
Yep, and they're responsible for all these false flags you see going on right now with the crazy guys going around shooting, and then you got the fake-ass Sandy Hook, and they're just coming at us in all ways to try to take our guns. Our cops are going over to Israel to be trained and treat us like the Palestinians. And I just want to say one thing: free Palestine. Thank you. And I want to say they're involved with every aspect of what's going on with this country, from the beginning of the creation of Israel, even before that, from World War I.
Yeah, you look at the Versailles Treaty, all of that, even before that, with the Battle of Napoleon, when Nathan Rothschild, or whatever the Rothschild name was, his name was Rothschild, and basically they had the Battle of Waterloo, I believe, where they had the speculators out there watching, and the speculators ran back to England, and they said that Napoleon won the war, so Rothschild started selling the stocks off, and then the stock market, with the bond, or whatever you want to call it, went totally nuts, and they started selling off their stocks, and then Rothschild had other guys, actors, buying up the stocks for pennies on the dollar, and before the news came back that Napoleon actually lost this battle, Nathan Rothschild owned the Bank of England. So therefore, basically, the Jews own the banksters. The banksters are the Jews.
You got that right, Eli, and all they do is manipulate with lies.
So if you want to end, yes, they manipulate by lies to the very end. And if you want to end the Federal Reserve, if you want to hold their feet to the fire, you have to go go to the culprits, which are the owners of these banks, who happen to be from Israel. They happen to be based in London, and they also are. They're all mostly Jews. We need to do what Iceland did. See, this article here says, first, they jailed the banksters, the bankers. Now, every Icelander to get paid back in bank sale. First, Iceland jailed crooked bankers for the direct involvement in the financial crisis of 2008. Now, every Icelander will receive a payout for the sale of one of its 3 largest banks. They're going to get paid KR 30,000 each after the government takes over the bank. And they gave one of these banksters 74 years of prison time. This is what we need to do in America. We need to take our banks back like Kennedy did with Executive Order 11110, and then abolish the Federal Reserve, issue our own treasury notes, lock up these evil banksters, hold their feet to the fire, throw them in prison, and if need be, execute them by a jury of our peers. We'll give them a trial. I believe in a trial. And I believe they will be convicted and they will be found guilty, because they have destroyed this country since 1913, and I am sick of it. I am sick of it. It's sick to my stomach.
You know, Eli, a lot of people aren't hearing that, you know. We know that, and you hear the government, they don't care. They're after Kennedy left, or after Kennedy was killed and wanted to get rid of the CIA and get rid of the Fed, you notice how the Jews just killed them, and right from that point on, we were infiltrated, and it got worse and worse, and now we're to a point where they're too big to jail. The people that are in our government it's like a circle. They're being paid by the people that are the evil ones, the Jews.
They have infiltrated this country since the birth of this country. Every time a good president steps up and tries to end and kill the banksters, like Andrew Jackson, he killed the banks. They tried to assassinate him. The 2 guns that the guy shot at him did not go off. Abraham Lincoln issued his own greenbacks. They killed him. Any president that will try and kill the private central bank in this country will end up dead. The last real president we had was Kennedy, and they blew off his head because he wanted to end the Fed and splinter the CIA into 1,000 pieces.
Yeah, they use what's his name as a patsy.
Yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald. Who else was on the scene that day? George Bush.
George Bush, right in front of the book depository. I showed that photo a bunch of times.
How many shots are fired? At least 6 to 8, I'm counting. And I believe they shot him from inside the sewer. An Israeli guy got him.
I believe that theory as well. The guy who was working at the automobile dealership. But yeah, it's a sad situation, and you dumb sheeple Americans need to wake up. You need to wake up, stand up, and forget about this Black Matters Lives movement. That's another thing I want to talk about. The Black Lives Matter, okay? New York City police officer Holder his name happens to be Holder, no relation to Eric Holder. Got gunned down earlier last week, and he's an African American. He's a black man. What does Black Lives Matter do? They show up to the hospital to protest the perpetrator who got shot instead of supporting the black officer who got killed. Black Lives Matter, I mean, that's another George Soros Jew-owned front due to distract us from the real agenda going on.
Yeah, they're a joke, Eli. They don't get to the point. They just harass and harass and harass and never get a point across.
Yep. It's just it's crazy, and they're trying to.
They had some ground when Mike Brown was killed, which I still think was a coward cop that should have got some type of a charge. But from that point on, and they just got ridiculous.
What do you think about the National Police Union calls for a total Tarantino boycott? Because Quentin Tarantino, the director of Jackie Brown and Pulp Fiction and those movies and such, was at a Manhattan rally right here in Manhattan, calling, basically they say he called for the, I'm paraphrasing here, he may have called for the murder of police.
I think I saw that, Eli.
You saw that?
Yeah, that was live streaming Stop Motion Solo. He's in New York.
Okay. So now
Yeah,
the whole
there was
police
also
department.
a protest of the Palestinians going through town.
Yes,
and,
I saw that. You sent
did
me
you see that one?
And I actually ran into one of those like a month ago. I had no idea until I saw the video you sent me, and it was all linked up. It was crazy. All right, we got a phone call here. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello, Eli. How you doing?
Good. How are you, sir? What's on your mind today?
Yeah, you're just talking about Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. What's your opinion on that? Go ahead.
My opinion on it is all lives matter.
Absolutely.
My thing is Black Lives Matter. I'm a black man, okay?
Yes, sir.
And I want you to know that Black Lives Matter should not matter when a cop shoots somebody. It shouldn't matter. When we have children out here that are dying from stray bullets. Black Lives Matter. Where are they when 12-year-old girls get killed? When 2-year-olds get shot? With the Black Lives Matter, they stay in the back and they wait because in the meantime, what we're doing to each other. We're killing each other faster than these cops are.
Where are they in Chicago and when Obama's hometown, the #1 murder rate in America, and the Black Lives...
Not only in Obama's hometown, Minister Louis Farrakhan.
That's right.
That's his hometown too. But instead, he wants to bamboozle people and bring 1 million people to Washington. That's not going to do any good. We need to start policing our own neighborhoods. We need to start reporting stuff when we see stuff instead of looking the other way. Because at the same time, Black Lives Matter starts in the neighborhood. Black Lives Matter starts when the child is in the womb. That's when Black Lives Matter. But I say all lives matter.
Absolutely. All lives do matter. And thank you, and I appreciate the call. And another point I want to bring up about Black Lives mattering and all lives mattering. 53% of black people are murdered in this city via abortion, via Planned Parenthood. Where are Black Lives Matter? Why don't they show up in front of Planned Parenthood and hold up their signs when 53% of black people are being murdered via abortion, and then the fetuses are being sold to companies like Pepsi Cola and Coca-Cola and Tropicana, and they're being fed right back to us. This is all part of the Zionist agenda again. You see, they're trying to indoctrinate us with their evilness by feeding us back human beings, human parts. It's disgusting. Luigi.
Everything you see going on here from gun control, gay marriage, everything that's repressing us is the opposite in Israel. Marijuana, everything is the opposite in Israel. Israel is the top country that does investigating of the study of marijuana. Do you know that?
Really?
Yep. And over here, we're treated like a Palestinian if we got a spoonful of weed on you.
And the Israeli mayor, ever since these Palestinian stabbings have been going on, is now encouraging Israeli citizens to arm themselves. Whoa, I thought guns were bad, but Israeli citizens can arm themselves,
Yeah.
but American citizens can't arm themselves to protect ourselves? I mean, this whole Oregon thing is a farce. A lot of things went down since I've been gone, but it's just disgusting. God bless the Second Amendment. God save the Second Amendment, and let us have the right to bear arms to shoot down any enemy, foreign or domestic, who tries to destroy our United States Constitution.
Amen, brother. Anyone that tries to invade our space.
All right, this is our Halloween special here. I have an officer safety alert. This is a farce here. I get the special intel from the NYPD. This is limited circulation here. I'm not supposed to get this, but I'm going to show you anyway. Basically, what the FBI and the NYPD are trying to do, fear-mongering, they're trying to say an identified anarchist extremist group known as the National Liberation Militia, who have no known New York City members, has proposed a Halloween revolt nationwide. This group has encouraged to discuss tactics which include acts of disturbance and criminal mischief of Halloween and Halloween Day. The purpose basically is drawing police response and then attacking and ambushing the police and their first responders. So yeah, now they're demonizing militia groups. I am with the American Resistance Militia Group myself, okay? And real militia members, real oath keepers, real constitutional upholders will not attack a police officer unless he is defending himself, okay? We are of and are the Constitution. We abide by the Constitution.
Yeah, anyone that goes in there and starts stuff is a provocateur, FBI, CIA. They're going to try to start another false flag against themselves. They're so retarded. Do they think we don't see that?
Yeah, it's a shame. What do you think about the Oregon shooting with the Oregon Ducks?
Oh, I think that was fake, Eli. Another one.
Another Sandy Hook?
Maybe. I don't know. I got to investigate it. From what I've been seeing, that black guy, right?
Yeah, he's supposedly on these drugs.
That's another one to come at us to take the guns, man. When did you see this happening? I was born in the 60s, and through all that time, I had never seen anyone. We used to bring our guns to school for hunter safety over here.
And yes, the kids were trained to use guns in schools. And this also, you just reminded me, the day before the shooting, it was all over the news how Putin, the Russian president, was bombing Syria. The very next day, we have a school shooting, no more Putin news, no more Putin bombing Syria. We're just going to focus on the school shooting. So you're going to tell me this wasn't arranged and fixed and a hoax? And then the guy was supposedly shot in the hand. They got a picture of him, no bullet wounds in his... He was shot in both hands, but no bullet wounds in his hands. The guy has 2 broken legs. He's up and walking around within a couple of days. Get the hell out of here with your fake shootings. We're catching on to you, and we're going to expose all you fraudsters and all you crisis actors, and you're going to be nailed to the cross. So help me God.
They think they're going to fool us with this side sneaky crap, but they're not sneaky enough. They're stupid. Just like those soldiers that got caught on that ship. Once they're caught alone, they're going to cry like babies.
Yes, the chickens will come home to roost, I'm afraid to say. All right, let's move on to a little bit of other news before the show ends. We only have a couple of minutes. This is from the New York Times. Many need to shop around on healthcare.gov as prices jump, U.S. says. Well, there goes Obamacare and free healthcare, okay? My premiums, I went from paying $10 every pay period to paying now $80 every pay period for insurance, health insurance. And if you got a family, you're paying, instead of $60 every pay period, you're now paying $260 every pay period. There's no savings here. Obamacare was written by the health insurance companies themselves, and they're just using you. They're going to rip you off. There is nothing free in this world whatsoever.
Yep, Obama's stealing our tax money to bail that out every week. That thing cannot hold its ground. Don't sign up for it. Let it die.
Absolutely. Some of us have no choice, though, Luigi. We work in a job, and they force you now to get the health care. And if you don't get it, then the IRS is going to fine you. But some people rather pay the fine. But then some people need the health insurance. I mean, some people. What do you do? What do you do?
And that's what I say. I think if you can hold off for a year, give it a try. You know, if you got a family, I totally understand that, Eli. You know, I don't have a family, and I. You know, I'm free, man. I'm a terror.
I hear you, brother. All right, last article here. School bans Hispanic student's racist mariachi costume. A Hispanic high school student was banned from wearing his mariachi Halloween costume because it was very offensive to Latin Americans. Yes, this Hispanic kid right here was told he couldn't wear his mariachi costume because it was offensive to Hispanics. But he's Hispanic. What's going on there, Luigi?
Yeah, but you can go to Walmart and buy your Israeli Defense Army costume and your Arab make fun of costume over at. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Yep, they sell the costumes. You can wear that, but you can't wear an American flag, or you can't represent your country in any way, whether it be Mexico, Venezuela, Puerto Rico. It doesn't matter. They're going to shut us down because we're showing pride. You don't show pride in Israel. You say anything bad about them, look out.
You're an anti-Semite, and they're coming to get you. You're an anti-Semite, Luigi. You're an anti-Semite, Eli. We're coming to get you.
They can't use that one anymore. Can't use that anymore, people.
Baby. All right, brother. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Join me next week and every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on MNN.org. God bless America. God save the United States Constitution. And if you have received this transmission, then you are the resistance. Ah!
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!